the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Shane Hernandez.
All right, Shane Hernandez is 5'8", 154. This is the lightweight division here, CD, as these guys make their way out from the Evolve Academy in Clarksburg, Maryland. This is his debut for Shane Hernandez. And this is going to be a fun one to watch because as we move down the card, of course, supposed to be better fighters.
Yeah, you know, typically you start a card with a lot of more debuts, and as you work your way down, you get more and more experience. I'm interested to see Shane Hernandez compete, though. He looks like a gamer. He's at a good gym. One of the things that we have on our card here was that he actually had a bout of vertigo that stopped him from his MMA training all the way back in 2020. That is something that can be...
Hey, listen, coming from an old guy, vertigo is no joke.
No, it's really not.
It messes you up.
Look, vertigo, it can, I mean, I would almost tell you it could be debilitating to the point of you're bedridden.
100%.
You're nauseous, you can't eat well, you certainly can't train anything. I mean, in the sport of MMA, you're constantly going inverted, working out too hard, it affects your blood pressure. There's a whole host of issues here that I think, I hope Shane was able to get over and doesn't affect him throughout the rest of his life. I mean, I'm thrilled to see he's made his way to the cage. You know, dealing with long-term illnesses that sometimes don't go away, I tell you, that builds character, and I don't doubt for a second here that Shane has got a lot of character and toughness just from dealing with that.
And listen, we start talking about heavyweights and lightweights, and they say we like the lightweights. You and I like the lightweights. The heavyweights sometimes, like we saw with Monroe, just kind of lay on each other, right? The lightweights don't usually do that. The lightweights usually pop up, a lot of quick little pops, lefts and rights, and stand a little more stand up and exchange punches than ground and pound.
There's a lot more athleticism at the smaller weight classes, and that's why when you talk about other professional stick and ball sports, those guys are such a unique specimen because they are huge, but they have that small guy athleticism.
All right, let's throw it down to Chris. Get the next introduction. Chris.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Joseph Kosseh.
All right, Joseph Kosseh, he is 5'5", 151 here in this lightweight division. 32 years of age, fighting out of Common MMA by way of Fairfax, Virginia. His record of 0-1, we've seen him once before in CageZilla and CageZilla 64.
Yeah, one thing I like is that he's back here. In his first fight, I thought he was doing excellent. He did get gassed out, and then that led to a really tough knockout that he had to deal with. But since then, he's dropped a lot of weight, 14 pounds, and he's working his way down. So that's one weight class on his way down. I suspect he'll be at 45. And I also know that he's been getting some work over at Kaizen MMA, and they have really good pro training at their MMA classes on Sundays. And, I like that he hasn't left his home gym of Common MMA. He's got a team there. He's got loyalty. But the fact that they're open-minded to cross-training, which I think is super important as a gym owner and as a competitor myself, these are positive adjustments that clearly show he learned from his first experience, and he's going out there and making those adjustments.
What does that do to you psychologically, knowing that the last time you were in here in CageZilla 64, that you were dropped with a massive head kick?
Well, look, it's the worst possible scenario, right? Like, a lot of times as a fighter, I'll tell you, I don't really sweat much of what happens, right? Even broken bones, it's really more like, I hope I don't get knocked out.
Right.
The thought of that is much worse than even, obviously, losing or even a submission loss. There's just something about it, So having your lights turned off, it happens in this sport, but if you make those adjustments and you can overcome the hesitation that will likely be there in the back of your mind, I would tell you it makes you a lot more mentally tough and capable than somebody otherwise would be.
All right, let's throw it down to Chris. Get the official introductions. Chris Fuller.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the CageZilla lightweight division. It is brought to you by our friends at Precision Home Solutions.
Yeah, let's go!
Starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 154 pounds, fighting out of the Evolve Academy, he is making his CageZilla debut. It's Shane Hernandez.
Shane Hernandez, 154, 23 years of age, out of Evolve Academy.
And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'5" and weighing in at 151 pounds, fighting out of Common MMA, it's Joseph Great Ape, the African King, Kosseh.
Joseph Kosseh, 5'5", 151, out of Common MMA.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds, and your referee is Victor Matamala.
All right, the referee for bout number 3 is going to be Victor Malamala, as they probably go in threes here. Victor's going to take the first half of this, and we'll probably see Michael Doman as we move later into the evening. We'll get the seconds out, get the cage all locked up, ready to rock and roll. Victor will check with the officials along the cage just to make sure. Check with both fighters, and here we go. Both fighters going to come out, touch gloves right on top of the CageZilla logo. Shane looks very ready to rock and roll here. I love the 155s. I love these lightweight class guys.
I'll tell you what, he's pretty thick.
He's got a big boy.
Yeah, he's got a real good base. I do like what I'm seeing from Joseph here, though. Good hands, good movement.
Oh, good shot right there to kick things off. Shane caught him. I don't know if Joseph figured out what was going on, but I think Joseph countered.
It looks like they both caught each other.
Oh!
And then, Joseph, that was an interesting scramble where they both kind of were trying to get top position and ended up abandoning it and using it to stand up.
This is what we talk about with the lightweights, though. Remember, we kicked it off with the exhibition, and then we kick it off with some heavy or cruiserweights, but a little bit bigger guys. Now we're talking, good right hand from Shane, just missed.
One thing I'm liking from Shane is he's cutting off and really forcing the action here with Joe. Joe's trying to take the center, but if you look here, Shane's always keeping his left foot to the left of Joseph's front foot, and then he'll switch stances and he's going to reset. And he's really forcing that backward, that forward progress.
Good knee from Shane Hernandez. He'll be in the black trunks. He'll have black gloves with red tape. Joseph has those brown trunks, black gloves with the blue tape. He's fighting out of the blue corner from Comet MMA.
I'll tell you, man, Shane looks really good.
He does not look like this is his debut. He does not look like a first-time fighter in the cage.
No, but already we're seeing some adjustments from Joe, which I think speaks volumes that he's been working that kind of progress on his striking. And right there, really nice the way he's kind of closing the distance, but he's got to be careful. That's the second time he's thrown a kick too close that him getting caught. Man, he's got a lot of pepper, though, coming out of that clinch.
Yes, he does. Every time he has just missed. He missed one time with a left hook. Now that time just missing with a right. Both fighters standing toe-to-toe in the... Oh, good. Oh, that caught him!
Left hand hook.
Right in the side of the right side of the chin. Hernandez caught Joseph right where he didn't need to get caught.
Big knee there as well from Hernandez, and I love that combination. Feint, 1-2, and then he threw a hard jab from that back step. Really nice work there.
Now, listen...
And now he's got Joseph fighting those feints.
Joseph Kosseh looks like he's dazed right now. The eyes are a little bit wider. They're starting to look like his eyes are twirling just a little bit.
A nice left hook got through there. Now, Shane's giving a little bit too much room there.
I was getting ready to say, after he popped him, I don't think he should have backed off. Here comes the rights and lefts.
And now that elbow looked like it got over the top, right above the ear. And just keep that pressure on. You want to just keep throwing, keep that jab, keep the jab in his face, keep touching him. You don't have to try to knock him out, but don't really let him recover.
Ooh, another big left hook. Good left.
Oh, and a right hand.
Oh, now we're just throwing haymakers here with about 15 seconds left to go in round number 1.
But I will tell you, I like that from Joseph. I like that he let those hands go when he was in trouble there. It kind of forced Shane to enter into the clinch, and he couldn't just continue to throw.
Shane Hernandez trying to get one last shot in here. There it is, the end of round number 1. Wow.
Whoa. Excellent.
Hey, listen, as you start to see this, you have to remember that this is an amateur event, correct? This is amateurs. So as I feel like Joseph Kosseh, he couldn't figure out what was going on. He got popped a couple of times. Then I felt like it just turned into a bar brawl. We were just throwing haymakers.
Well,
they weren't like zipping them in there, right? We weren't zipping any quick snap back little jabs. You saw those coming up through the Carolinas, up through Georgia, and they were just trying to connect, like you see guys in the street.
Well, one of the things I'll tell you is when you start to get hurt, your instincts take over, and I think that Shane did such a good job of backing Joseph up into the corner with the feints, the jabs, the right hands, and then following up too. After he would land, he would switch to the hook. This was really, really good work. That when Joseph felt it coming on and that pressure, he just started letting the hands go. And actually, I will tell you, I think it earned him a little respect and saved him maybe in that round.
All right, we'll get the seconds out of here. We'll get the cage all locked up. Victor Malamala is going to check with the officials, make sure he's ready to rock and roll. Cage is all ready to go, and here we go. Start of round number 2 here, bout number 3, as they touch gloves on top of the CageZilla logo. Shane Hernandez, he'll have those black gloves with the red tape.
Really good pressure. There's just Shane just cuts him off constantly. He forces the action.
Ooh, big right hand. Good right hand snuck through. Good knees.
And now he's putting it on him here. He's putting it on Joe. He's getting a little wild. Let's see if he settles back in.
Shane Hernandez, very good balance, good base as I'm watching him just push it, and push it.
One of the things, too, I'll tell you, is that as he finds more success, he's getting Joseph to force more punches and more kicks, which is allowing Shane to have more time to react, and they're being less effective. Ooh, big jab there, hurt him. Respect, though. Look at that. Immediately walks him right back down.
Yeah, walks him down. A little smile there. from Hernandez. Another little soft left from Joseph Kosseh.
Good leg kick. That hurt him. And right there, that's when you follow up. Good feint.
Oh, good right hand from Shane Hernandez. I think it snuck through right there at the end. Of course, he's getting tied up. Ooh, another good right elbow.
Yeah, right over the top. Man, Shane Hernandez can fight.
Let me tell you how exciting this fight is. I'm looking down there at Chris Fuller, and he's asleep.
Shane now defending a potential throw, trying to take the back. Joe did a good job there getting his hip out, and now he's in on, he's got the underhook, but he has Shane up against the cage.
This is what happened, Charles, is when you have a baby so late in your life that you have to stay up late a couple of times with your baby.
Yeah, no, it's tough.
And the wife actually has a real job, and Chris has to stay home. He's Mr. Mom.
I think she ordered him a coffee. I see it on Uber Eats coming over right now.
Kosseh kind of trying to take charge of this, trying to push Shane up against the cage. He throws him down a little bit. Hernandez in just a little bit of a bad spot.
Yep, but he's got one hook in, and then Joe is actually able to drag the arm. I like that.
Kosseh just really putting it on him strength-wise. What happened here? Why are we stopping this? Oh, we lost the mouth guard. There's a veteran move. Spit your, if you're in trouble, spit your mouth guard out.
That doesn't sound right. It looks like...
That's his mouth guard. He took it. Oh, my gosh.
Big jab.
I don't know what's going on. Joseph hurt. It's over.
That's it.
It's over.
Really?
I don't know what happened. Joseph was actually winning the fight.
Oh, well, maybe that moment.
Oh, yeah, he was actually gaining ground.
I'm not sure what happened there. He might have been holding the cage, and that actually might have been Victor pulling him off. But I'll tell you what, man, Shane Hernandez, he's talking to the camera right now. Beautiful striking, beautiful feints. He did an excellent job of diversity in his striking as well. That did not look like your first fight, brother. Really great job.
Let's see it right here. Like, oh, he's tired here. This is I was hoping we could get back to the part where he was up against the cage and why Victor stood him up. And then in that part of the replay. But let me tell you, hey, Shane Hernandez, if you watch the fight and you go back and you listen to all this, learn how to celebrate just a little bit better. Don't throw your mouth guard into the crowd. Nobody wants to have that mouth guard. I know you're excited, right? But hang on to that thing. Do something else. Learn a backflip or do something else.
Well, I'll tell you, it looks like he hit Chris Fuller with it, which was good because it was almost time for him to wake up from his nap and get up there and start doing cage work. So, Shane, if it's up to me, buddy, you do the same thing every time.
I can see it. He's going to the doctor already. COVID positive. All right. But you know what? Hey, Joseph coming out second time. Good job for him. He'll recover. Hopefully we see him back in here. Keep improving. But he's taking tough fights. It's not like he's taking easy guys to fight. It wasn't like he fought the guy off the street.
Hey, look, he made his debut against a guy who's training at a couple different high-level gyms. You know, his second fight. I mean, man, he looked great. It didn't look like it was his first fight.
Oh. Let's see the right hand here. He might be pitching for the Padres here. Let's see it. Look at Chris right back there in the background. Look at this right here. Take it out. Watch out, Chris. Here it comes. Whoa, Chris, that wasn't even close. That wasn't even close. All right. He threw it more. He threw it more at the camera. All right, let's throw it down to Chris, who's got the results. Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Victor Matamala has called a stop to the action 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the second round. For your winner, by TKO, out of the red corner, Shane Hernandez.
All right, Victor Matamala stops the fight in the second round here. Shane Hernandez comes away with a big win for Evolve Academy. Still to come, we have a ton of fights. Bout number 4 here at CageZilla 68 will be right around the corner when we come back live from the Salisbury Center.